Welcome to YellBro Road. I am Jordan, and today another Psycho Oprah Odyssey, Volume 5, Candace Owens. But first, don't forget to share, support, hopefully donate to all the links in the description box. Check them out, read them, share them, then donate. All of it, of course, is appreciated. That's my best radio voice I could do. All of it is very much so appreciated. Anyways, so here we have Candace, who has been making some allegations. I went over the video with Steven Crowder where I guess he's calling Candace out. Like, hey, you gonna apologize now, huh? Huh? Keep saying that Israel controls everything in the U.S., so you're wrong about that, huh? You gonna apologize? You better. Which I'm like, oh, why was that? Why is it such a Crowder concern? That's weird. I get why it's my concern, based on if people have seen my actions and videos and all that shit. You can see why I'm concerned about that. But why is Steven Crowder? But whatever. I don't even know if she's gonna address. I have not seen any of this video. I have no idea if she's going to address Crowder in here. But what I'm very sure she's going to talk about, at the very least, is the thing with her and Tucker Carlson, where apparently there's organizations that are paying people to target them, like PR wise, right? Like, oh, we want to like besmirch their characters. Got it. And you know what? I'm here for it. Let's hear the Psycho Oprah saga continues. Let's hear it straight from the psycho's mouth, straight from Patricia Bateman's mouth. Let's hear it. Here is Psychopathic Oprah.
All right, you guys, happy Thursday. I promise today we have
Don't stare too long. There's no soul in there. Don't stare too long.
Just crazy, because I'm going to take you guys to church today. I'm not kidding. We have got TikTok influencers and Instagram influencers and pastors that have received marching orders.
Have you guys seen that scene from Devil's Advocate where Al Pacino like sticks his finger in the holy water bowl and it starts sizzling and he looks up at the Jesus thing and smiles? That's what I think of her when I think of her in church. She's just smiling at it like some smiling at a crucifixion thing. Well, dipping her finger in the holy water while it's like just fucking sizzling. He's like, what do you think about that? Sorry. Anyways, here you go. Take it away, Candace.
Crazy, because I'm going to take you guys to church.
I'm just
today.
having some fun, guys.
I'm
Don't
not
worry.
kidding. We have got TikTok influencers and Instagram influencers and pastors that have received marching orders. You might have noticed that, a little uptick in content regarding not just Candace Owens, but Candace Owens and Tucker Carlson, as if we work together or are coordinating together. Very strange. Plus,
aren't these guys rich enough? Why can't they pay someone to go after me? Okay? Damn it. I need some clout. Candace, she's going to lead people astray. It is what it is. Let me take you there. Pause. Anyways.
Trump tweeted or Truth Socialed about Bibi Netanyahu last night, and I'm going to be frank, it's just weird. Everybody agrees it's weird.
No, it's not.
Across both sides of the aisle, we don't know.
No, it's not weird. That's been the way since he was running in politics. I think it's just been that way. So for him, it's not weird, but I guess in general, it's kind of weird. But so also, like, so is going to private prisons and saying, like, look how awesome they are. Wow, it's so clean in here. Wow. Anyways.
What's happening? Some people think he's playing
or working for
TPUSA. That's odd. I don't know. We're going to take a look at that tweet. And lastly, Lizzo has featured a line about me in her upcoming track. So, look,
Lizzo.
Mommy, I made it. She knows what she's doing. Trump knows what he's doing because the entire world is a stage, my friends. Welcome back to Candace.
This lady's a full-blown psycho, I'm telling you right now. I'm skipping this black church shit that she's never been to before. I'm skipping that. Skipping it. Fake Oprah. Psycho Oprah.
This is the Candace podcast to catch a predator edition. I'm telling you, this is interesting. Where to begin? I don't know. Look, right off the bat, I want to be very clear, as I have made clear on my Instagram stories many times before. I am an acquired taste. I get that. I'm like Brussels sprouts. When you're a kid, you're like, ooh, what are these like little cabbages? Disgusting. When you're older, You're like, can I get them fried with balsamic vinaigrette? That's me. People don't like me instantly. And so I by no means expect for you to watch today's episode and take away from it that everybody who makes an anti or negative Candace Owens video is somehow funded. That would be ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm not funded. I wouldn't call my shit negative. I'd be like, yo, Candace, please look into a mirror. But I think if you stare hard enough, you might see a reflection back. Maybe like hold some garlic while you're doing it. Maybe it'll make you appear in the mirror. That's all I'm saying.
Hating Candace Owens is the oldest hate in the world. It's a hate that mutates sometimes.
Oh, I definitely don't hate her.
I fully understand that people
I'm actually just being
don't
observational.
Like me. But recently, and
I see Tracy Fleck.
Recently, I mean beginning this.
Go watch the movie Election, starring Reese Witherspoon and Matthew Broderick. And she is Reese Witherspoon from that movie. She is Tracy Fleck. She is, in my humble opinion, at the very least, something's not right there, okay? That's all I'm saying, all right? Anyways.
Year, we began realizing that there are these like inorganic hate Candace campaigns.
Bro, ad hominem, man. I just learned that yesterday. Ad hominem.
It's just terrible, right? It's just not good for you. And I look at it.
Don't be boring, bro. Have some fun.
And the first time that we recognized it was back when I was covering Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively.
Ooh.
And my clips were going viral on TikTok. And
Girl from the town?
A bunch
Nice.
of TikTok influencers who had never really made content at all about politics or culture started making these videos with virtually the exact same script. And the videos all hit the internet at the exact same time. I'm talking like you could go, we can get this down to within 72 hours of each other, all saying the same thing. At that time, it was Candace Owens is trying to rebrand. Did you notice Candace Owens is trying to rebrand? I'm noticing that Candace Owens rebrand, all sorts of people saying the exact same thing. That's what I mean.
I mean, I would say that too, though. I would say you did do like a rebrand thing. That's what it seems like. I don't know. She might have, like, licked her finger, stuck it in the wind, like, okay, I see where the tide's turning. I see where the changes of the winds and all that shit. Listen,
Israel is bad.
like, thank you, Candace, for being so late that it's like, oh, wait a minute. You helped get the guy elected that was already blatantly full of shit for years. You helped get him elected, and now you're telling me how bad he is. Now you're telling me the Israeli influence. It's like, that's been there for a long time. And it's like, yeah, you're Janie come lately. Pause. So, yeah, that's why people are looking at you sideways, because guess what? You're going to be late again. Even her, when she jumps into the Israel stuff, she's late on this topic too. In my humble opinion. It's not something like, oh my God, Israel's blackmailing everyone. Oh my God, they're bought and paid for by Israel. Oh my God, they're owned by Israel. To me, that's a stupid fucking assessment, considering the actions we've seen. If Israel disappeared tomorrow, guess what? The U.S. would still be fucking up the Middle East. Let's not be stupid about this. Let's not be dumb. But, it's once again, I'll wait another 10 years for them to figure it out and be like, oh, shit. Ugh. Anyways, here we go. Fuck.
Just inorganic. And we went,
I'm already
that's
annoyed.
Weird.
Fine.
It's like Operation Mockingbird, but TikTok style, And we didn't really care because that's just dumb. And hopefully, I hope.
When did you hear about Mockingbird, Candace? That's actually like there's certain terms you could say. Like this, like the Israel thing, yeah, that's something that has been said years and years ago. Where it's like, to me, like a cliche sounding thing. Same thing with like Operation Mockingbird. Same thing. Where it's like, if you mention it, it gives you no credibility to me. But people that maybe want to market and show themselves as being an expert in, Lee Oswald Harvey things, or like JFK assassination, right? With the guy with Lee Oswald Harvey. Yeah, to me, it just makes me think. What?
Lee Harvey Oswald.
What are you talking about?
Lee Harvey Oswald.
No, but Candace told me it was Lee Oswald Harvey, though.
Oh, well, she's probably right.
See, that troll will work every time. That's why I need like a flood of Candace fans. "Oh, you're so stupid. It's Lee Harvey Oswald, dummy." I'm like, oh, but Candace told me it was Lee Oswald Harvey. That's why I've been saying it that way. You fake expert. You don't even know his name, do you? No, that's the name she was saying, not me. I instantly freaked out when I heard her say it. I'm like, wait a minute, how do you do that? Does she have like a little dyslexia thing going on? If she does, like, fine. Like, I'm not hating on anyone like that, but I don't know. That's a weird thing to like get wrong, right? Because you've heard the name so many fucking times, whether in movies or the JFK thing and all that stuff and conspiracy theories. But anyways, it works every time too, because people hear it and they're like, "Wait a minute, that sounds absolutely wrong." And that's exactly how I felt when she was saying it, but she didn't hear herself saying that, apparently, or she newly adopted the topic in order to like, hey, look, see, I look into this stuff. I've been looking into this stuff for years. People that know, they know. People like me, we know. Okay? Anyways, Lee Oswald Harvey, it's like, bruh. Anyways, let's keep it moving.
Anybody's watching this show, that you're wise to that sort of a game, that sort of propaganda makes sense to you, because I've covered Operation Mockingbird and I've told you it never was discontinued.
She covered it like 3 weeks ago, probably, right? A couple weeks ago. When did you talk about Operation Mockingbird, Candace Owens? It's once again, these are like cliche stereotype things. It's the same as someone today yelling, like, well, 9/11 was an inside job. Like someone saying that today, right now, I'd be like, boring. Or that doesn't make you trustworthy. Anyone can say that. Saying free Palestine does not make you some sort of genius of, morality. It doesn't make you the moral genius or anything. Saying, Epstein didn't kill himself is not some sort of, wow, what a genius statement you came up with. Like, wait a minute, that's just a tagline of something that's been said 10 bajillion times. Candace is just finding out about it, but she's projecting as though, in my opinion, maybe I'm wrong about that, but it just seems to me like she's projecting like she was the expert on it or something like that, or she was already well aware of it. It's like, what? Candace, the fuck out of here. Anyways, here we go.
Continued, and that the CIA is all about infecting your minds, and they know for a fact,
CIA
if you
is all
say
about
the same
infecting
thing
your
over and over again, people will begin to believe it's true. It doesn't matter what it is.
You're a hero,
Throwing it back to
Candace.
that CIA
Until you
experiment that I
betray
always
me,
tell you about, where they
then
brought
you're not.
in all of these people, and only one of the people in the room was not a CIA agent, and they wanted to see if you would just go with the crowd. And some guy holds up a picture, let's say it's a banana, and everyone's an agent except that one guy, and he's like, "What do you see?" And he makes all the agents say, "Apple, apple, 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 apple." And by the time they get to the one guy, the person that they're experimenting on, he knows he sees a banana, but oh my gosh, he says apple, because you believe in the madness of crowds. That's the point. Like if people keep saying stuff, you go, well, I'm the only one that has this opinion. And most people don't have the confidence to like buck the crowd. Okay. Again, I've shown you guys this many times. I just have to rely.
Many times. Donald Trump is owned by Israel. Now hear that 10 million times. And now what do you think? See, well, for me, once again, I can't say I know. Maybe Candace has had an epiphany and she found out what critical thinking was. Like she figured it out at some point. Maybe that happened. I can't say I know. But I would love for her to explain existentially, like, well, how do you deal with that? What are the merits of critical thinking, Candace? And don't just say Christ is king. Give me an actual explanation of like, well, what's your process? What do you do in regards to critically thinking about things? It's like this very simpleton. Good. Anyways.
And the fact that you're aware when you are being influenced. And we've showed you also
The real
previously
answer
that
is
these
to know you
micro
don't know.
influencers sign
start
up on
there.
websites like influenceable.com or xomad.com. So quite literally, you
Fuck
can
is
go as a business and you can get a bunch of micro influencers to pretend that they're organically coming across your products or your ideas. I think it's weird. It should be an FTC violation in my viewpoint. And I'm definitely calling my lawyer because I am trying to comprehend how it's not. But
I don't even know what that means. But yeah, there's weird shit in the world. I mean, I think I played the scene on this channel a long time ago. I don't remember if I did or not, but it's from an older documentary anyway, from The Corporation. It's a pretty famous one. People have heard of that, The Corporation, right? And I actually mentioned this like days ago. I mentioned this, where there's actual companies paying people to go outside and and pretend that they're actually enjoying some sort of soft drink or whatever, some food or something like for example, you walk down the street and there's two people like, man, Sprite's so good, especially on like a hot summer day. Sprite tastes so fucking good, bro. Yeah, it's really delicious. Oh, I love Sprite, so amazing. Meanwhile, like the average person walking down the street is like, damn, these guys just like Sprite that much. But meanwhile, they're actually paid by a marketing company to stand outside and pretend they're regular people enjoying Sprite and talking about how awesome it is. Or, I mean, let's get crazier here. Once again, I don't have proof of this one, but this seems pretty obvious, right? Pay people to wear certain outfits and just walk around cities, hang out on the subway or walk out on the street. Maybe where people can afford the whatever clothing the person's wearing and make it like influence them in the peripheral, if you will. Now, to me, I think that's some of the creepiest things in human history to fucking do to other people. But for others, it's like, well, who's gonna stop me and who's watching? No one's watching, so let me just fucking lie, cheat, and steal. Why not? No one's looking. Fuck it. So, yeah, the thing she's talking about, I would have to believe is true. Also, like bot farming has to be a thing as well. But that other one just is way creepier to me because I think people can feel like they can see through more of like content creators and people on the internet because it looks like TV, right? It's like, oh, this person was they're probably full of shit or whatever. It's easier to see through. But if it's just random people on your street corner or walking down the street or, sitting behind you in the movie theater talking about, damn, this Sprite is so good. Like, that's fucking weird. And I think a lot harder for people to recognize. Not that they'll just automatically go get a Sprite, but at the very like, someone might, so it's worth it, But anyways, let's keep it going. That might be like a watch-along movie, by the way, The Corporation. But all right, here we go.
it happened and it is what it is. You got to be smart in this digital age and you have to practice your own discernment. But this particular recent campaign was something different, okay? And it was because of the accusation that was being implied here as if I was funded by a foreign entity. They've been kind of pushing that point. But the first thing that I found to be quite
You say that about others. So anyways.
Strange was that it wasn't just an anti-Candace campaign. It was a Tucker Carlson and Candace Owens anti-campaign. Very odd. I haven't done Tucker Carlson's show.
It's funny. It's two people that are late to the game. They're very late. Very, very late. And they told us, once again, these guys campaigned, supported, boosted up, probably threw money at the campaigns of Donald Trump, right? And his presidency and all that stuff. And now they're telling us how bad he is. When there were people before all this saying, like, yo, don't listen to Candace, don't listen to Tucker. These guys are dumb as shit. They don't realize, they haven't looked through the first 4 years of the Trump administration. They don't know. But I guess now they do. And then their assessment for it is, he's owned by Israel. And it's like, that's even that, you come up with the wrong fucking thing again. If you're going to go with that, guess what? If that was actually true, that was very present in his first 4 years. I don't think it's true. I'm just saying, like, if you're going to make that assessment, like, that was obvious in the first 4 years then. So, like, what happened? Why'd you boost him up to get elected in the first place and then say, like, whoa, oops? Actually, here's the thing. They don't even say oops. They say, well, you're going to find it here first. Trump is owned by Israel. Breaking news. We're going to report it here first. I mean, like, motherfuckers were screaming it at you the whole time. How about Tucker with the Iraq War? The same thing that Candace Owens would have fell for, too, by the way. If she was as right-wing famous as she is now, back then, in 2002, 2003, she would have advocated for the Iraq War the same way Tucker did. But those guys get to say, oops, and move on, and keep collecting checks while they're at it. There's no recourse for it. No sign of existential development at all. All we have is the evidence of what you put on fucking camera, and there's not much there, guys. Sorry to tell you. Tucker Carlson just got into talk about 9/11. Just got into it. It's 2025, bro. Fuck my life. It's just a weird phenomenon. It's like, are we entertained by their character arc or something? Are they Jamie Lannister? Like, we enjoy, like, man, they were kind of bad guys, but now they're kind of good. We like their character arc. Is it entertainment for us? Or is it trying to make sure that people don't get fucking blown up? Because if that's the case, these guys are late. They're consistently late. Tucker is. Candace is. They're consistently late on those topics. They may talk about it someday. I mean, I guess they have now, but like that's well after. Like, it's too late. The guy's elected. He's in office. He's doing these things. Not saying Kamala is some sort of better option. I'm just saying, like, it's too late, dude. It's always too late. Every fucking time. They're always too late. First, like, yo, we're going to boost up America first, and Trump's going to do this, and yeah, we're going to get these interventionist wars and all that stuff, and all this regime change war. We'll be done with it. Yeah. You heard it here first. And then we find out Trump's a cunt. And then they're like, well, yo, listen, Trump's not that good. He might be blackmailed. He might be blackmailed by Israel, yo. You heard it here first. It's like we have to wait for these idiots to figure it out. How the fuck do these guys make all this money and keep their reputation and jobs all these years while being consistently late and or wrong on all these topics? How does that happen? Anyways, let's keep it going.
In what, like 2 years before, like more than maybe 2.5 years before I had even been in the room with him for people to see us on camera together. Why are you connecting the dots? We're not tweeting at each other. Why is it Tucker Carlson and Candace Owens? Okay. So let's back this up to see how we got there.
Because you're famous, dummy.
This is going to astound you.
Someone Howard Beale her.
Remember, Tucker Carlson,
because you're on
not
TV,
Candace
stupid.
Owens, went viral because he had a sit down with Ted Cruz. War was on the brink, whether or not we were going to get involved in another one of Israel's wars. And he pressed Ted Cruz on the idea that it was America's.
Once again, she used a tagline there, just like it's Operation Mockingbird. Another tagline. It's Israel's war? Are you fucking kidding me? Have you not seen what America has done towards Iran forever, since its fucking inception? Let's be honest, right? Since the actual existence of the country called Iran, the U.S. has been fucking around over there. Fuck. But then again, it is popular to blame this New Jersey-sized country for why America's at war, like in wars, over and over and over again. And it's like, fuck, you idiots. They're working together, you dummies. It's like fucking stupid. I mean, it's clear as day too. That's the funny thing about it. It's so obvious because let's go to Obama. Guess what? Things he does, you could say he's owned by Israel. If you're going to go with this assessment, the logic of it would say that he's owned by Israel too. So is Biden. So is Bush. So is Clinton. So is Reagan. Bush Sr. They're all owned by Israel. All of them. Fuck, before Israel existed, they were owned by Israel. That's why this assessment sounds stupid as shit to me. But it's easily repeatable. Anyone can say it. Anyone can say, fuck Israel, free Palestine. No offense to the kneecap guys. I'm just saying, anyone can say that. You need real substance behind your statements. Otherwise, get the fuck out of here. I don't want to fucking hear your shit. I mean, I want to hear it for my own entertainment, but... yeah, people need to add argument, like real substantive arguments behind their statements. Otherwise, don't come crying to me when Candace or Tucker or whoever fucking turns tail and it ends up in a different topic somewhere else. Don't blame me for that. Anyways, here we go.
Biblical duty to protect the foreign state of Israel. And things got pretty spicy. Take a listen.
Growing up in Sunday school, I was taught from the Bible, those who bless Israel will be blessed, and those who curse Israel will be cursed. And from my perspective, I want to be on the blessing side of things.
Of those who bless the government of Israel?
Those who bless Israel is what it says. It doesn't say the government of, it says the nation of Israel. So that's in the Bible. As a Christian, I believe that.
This guy's a little...
I can find it to you.
He's
I
a little
have
picky.
the scripture off the tip of my...
Does he look like a piggy, almost? You know what I'm saying? It's like that, and he also looks like the granddad in The Munsters. That old black and white TV show thing. Sorry. Point is, Ted Cruz is pathetic. He's obviously pathetic. Let's keep it going.
You pull out the phone and use the Google.
It's in Genesis. But so you're quoting a Bible phrase. You don't have context for it. And you don't know where in the Bible it is, but that's like your theology? I'm confused. What does that even mean?
Tucker.
Yeah, good point.
I'm a Christian. I want to know what you're talking about.
Okay. Where does my support for Israel come from? Number one, because biblically we're commanded to support Israel. But number two,
hold on. Hold on. You're a senator, and now you're throwing out theology, and I am a Christian, and I am allowed to weigh in on this. We are commanded as Christians to support the government of Israel?
We are commanded to support Israel. And what
does that mean, Israel?
We're told those who bless Israel will be blessed.
But what, hold on, define Israel. This is important. Are you kidding?
Hold on, hit
This is a
pause.
majority Christian country.
Define Israel.
I just want to put this in here for note.
Pause.
The Bible does not say what Ted Cruz is saying. It's the Schofield Bible edit, as in a footnote under Genesis. I think it's 12 or 3. I forget where it is, but it's not actually written in the Bible. Schofield in like 1908 or whatever wrote a footnote to tell you this is what this quote means. It doesn't straight up say that biblically to support Israel.
It's a footnote.
That's all I had to say.
Okay, a footnote interpretation is what you're saying, basically, or
Mm-hmm.
okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So not even like the
It's,
literal words in the fucking thing. Got it.
No.
I mean, I like more of the Jesus guy thing. Like, I just love everyone. Pretty simple. Whether you're in Israel, out of Israel, in outer space, I never heard of you before. Love everyone and everything. Boom. Easy. See how simple that is? We all win that way. But let's be honest.
Yeah, and it came around in 1908. It was actually a very deep change in Christianity for this edit.
Yeah. And I mean, I'm just gonna add to that, like, I don't know, shouldn't you just think about it first and then make a choice? Like, does that make sense? Okay, you can just love Israel, but what about the neighbor of Israel? Can we love them too? Is it about the country and the landmass? Is it about the people? On and so forth, right? So, I don't know. I would expect more thinking, but fuck. I forgot we're talking about Ted Cruz. I expected thinking. Fuck. Sorry, I fucked up. I'm done for that one. Let's just continue. I expect him to placate to an audience. And that's it. But anyways, here we go.
We are commanded to support Israel. And what
does that mean, Israel?
We're told those who bless Israel will be blessed.
But hold on, define Israel. This is important. Are you kidding? This is majority Christian.
Shout out to Big Talk, Little Talk, the YouTube channel. I support Israel. The I forgot his last name. The YouTube channel, Big Talk, Little Talk. His name's Israel. I support him. Anyways, here we go.
To define Israel, do you not know what Israel is? That would be the country you've asked like 49 questions about.
So that's what Genesis, that's what God is talking about.
The nation of Israel, yes.
And so is that the current borders, the current leadership? He's talking about the political entity called Israel?
He's talking about the nation of Israel. Yeah, nations exist.
Yeah, and that's what I asked Dubster about, borders. But apparently...
He's discussing a nation. A nation was the people of Israel.
Is the nation...
Does God really mean borders?
In Genesis,
is that what they mean?
Is that the same as the country run by Benjamin Netanyahu right now?
That's what I want it to be.
And I want to make clear what's happening here because it's all very relevant. Tucker shows up to interview a person that has voting power, the ability to decide whether or not Americans are going to support potentially another war in the Middle East. And he's interviewing him about this. And it's not Tucker, but it is Ted Cruz that brings up his theology. And then things get out of whack because I think maybe Ted Cruz is realizing in this moment that that's kind of a crazy position to have, to say there's a bunch of religious fanatics in the Middle East and we've got to conquer them because they're religious fanatics, but then your basis to be a form of religious fanaticism. And he kind of suggests that Tucker Carlson is anti-Semitic. Take a listen.
Now, that sounds more like the new atheist argument. Like the Sam Harris's, like those types, where they're like, the jihadis and Douglas Murray's, right? Jihadis are out there, they're frothing at the mouth to kill freedom and stuff like that. And they're religious theocracies and all that stuff, right? Doesn't matter if it's more of a secular country or more of a, it doesn't matter either way. If it's run by Arabs or Muslims, then it's a theocratic thing. But they don't give the same assessment towards Israel, which is another Middle Eastern country where it's like stated as like religious essentially. But it's I'd say probably more secular than hyper religious, if I had to guess. But still, there's Arab countries like that get deemed as fully theocratic, like Syria. These jihadis in Syria just want to, these Muslims just want to kill people. Right, circa 2001 to 2003 range of westernized thinking in regards to the Middle East.
Well, that's what they claim the problem with Iran since '79 has been. Is they're theocratic, they're fanatics. Their religion inspires them to kill all people, all infidels.
Yeah, including ISIS apparently. But
so why aren't they picking a fight with everyone in the world then that isn't a Muslim? Like, I don't know, China
or Russia. Yeah.
Or
Venezuela.
People in Africa. People in South America that are not Muslims. No, it's pretty much Israel and America.
Well, let's just be honest. All these countries, religion takes a backseat to all these countries. Let's just be honest about that. Let's be blatantly honest. They would break their God's rules for the sake of whatever the fuck they're doing politically or socially. Like, it just seems pretty obvious, right? Thou shalt not kill.
I blew up 10,000 Houthis today. They're all dead.
Right? They do that shit. And that's like all the leaders. They all do that. They're here like flexing, like, look at my fucking missiles, bitch. Look what I got, bitch. It's like, bro, you're gonna pray then shoot missiles at people at the same time? You're a fucking idiot. Which means, like, I don't think they're really about that shit, any of them. But that's just me. Forgive me. Maybe we'll find out when Jesus, Muhammad, or Buddha float down from the sky and say, yo, guys, you guys got it wrong. Sorry. It's supposed to be about, like, peace and love, and you guys fucked it up. So, anyways, all right. Let's... Candace is going to play another clip. I think I had a point I was going to say, but fuck it. Forgot it. Here's more Ted Cruz saying the anti-Semitism thing out loud. Here we go.
It's a very weird thing.
Or implying it.
the obsession with Israel, when we're talking about foreign
It's
countries,
hardly an obsession.
you're not talking about Chinese, you're not talking about Japanese, you're not talking about the Brits, you're not talking about the French. The question, what about the Jews? What about the Jews?
Oh, I'm an anti-Semite now. Senator,
you're asking the questions, Tucker. You're asking, why are the Jews controlling our foreign policy?
Senator,
that's what you just asked.
Hardly saying that, and I have.
That is exactly what you just said.
Well, actually, I can speak for myself and tell you what I am saying.
Good.
On behalf not simply of myself, but on of my many Jewish friends who would have the same questions, which is
I got black friends too, Tucker. I got black friends too, man.
to what extent, and I
would hope
it's
so.
interesting
Y'all
to
gotta
derail my
stick together.
questions by calling me an anti-Semite, which you are.
I did not.
Of course you are. And rather than be honorable enough to say it right to my face, you are in a sleazy feline way implying it or just asking questions
Don't
about
diss
the
cats
Jews.
like
I'm
that,
asking
Tucker.
questions about the Jews. There's nothing to do with Jews or Judaism. It has to do with the foreign government.
Isn't Israel controlling our foreign policy? That's not about the Jews.
You said, I'm asking
and by the way, you're the one that just called me, I think, a sleazy feline. So let's be clear.
It's sleazy to imply that I'm an anti-Semite, which you just did.
No, I just said, why is that the only question you're asking? You answer it. Give me another reason. If you're not an anti-Semite, give me another reason why the obsession is Israel.
I am in no sense obsessed with Israel. We are on the brink of war with Iran. And so these are valid questions.
But you're not asking about Iran or the
if I can
Ayatollah.
finish, you asked me why I'm obsessed with Israel.
Yep.
3 minutes after telling me that when you first ran for Congress, you elucidated one of your main goals, which is to defend Israel.
Yes.
And I'm the one who's obsessed with Israel. I don't see a lawmaker's job as defending the interests of a foreign government, period. Okay. Any government, including the ones that my ancestors come from. So that's my position. That does not make me an anti-Semite. And shame on you for suggesting otherwise. And I mean that. And that's low, and you know it's low. So why don't you just answer my questions
I'll
in a
answer any
straightforward,
question you'd
rational
like.
way? You certainly have the IQ to do it.
So, shame on you. It's cute, by the way.
Let's come on, Tucker. Let's not go there. He has the IQ for this. Stop it.
Wait, Tucker.
It is. It's not cute. I'm offended. I'm obsessed with the Jews. You just told me
You
that
just called me a
ran.
sleazy feline.
It is sleazy to imply that I'm an anti-Semite for asking questions about how my government is
You want to
run.
count how many questions you asked about? What about the Jews? What about Israel? What about
I
AIPAC?
never asked about the Jews. I have. This has nothing to do with the Jews, whatever that means. This has to do with a foreign government. And once again, shame on you for conflating the two.
Okay, so politically, that has always been a weird thing, a weird question, right? Because clear as day, the U.S. has favored, I mean, amongst other countries, has favored Israel. I think because of the on-the-surface stories of things, more recently, like, because Candace is brand new to this and Tucker's brand new to this, but people that have been looking at this stuff for years, the relationship between the U.S. and Israel for all these years, like, yeah, it's clear as day. There's something weird there where, Israel has committed a shit ton of crimes with impunity. Impunity, straight up. But then again, the U.S. has committed a shit ton of crimes with impunity. Isn't that like? That's the thing that's where I go, like, mentally, where I'm like, I get your focus on Israel because, like, damn, they're doing all this shit, but how come we don't invade them the way we do Iraq if they fuck up? And it's like, well, there are gangster buddies, like they commit crimes with us and it works. And if you become a buddy of ours, yes, you can commit crimes with impunity. We see Syria, where there's the Al-Qaeda guy's the fucking leader now. We've seen Saudi Arabia, where they were just blatantly massacring the poorest country in the world with our jets and our bombs, blowing that shit up. So many different, but if we're one of our little satellite little gangsters, it's fine. You can actually operate with impunity. It's just for people. I don't know. I don't know exactly what it. I guess.
It's case by case basis. Kind of a case by case basis.
I can't say I know, man. Maybe they feel like. Maybe because like the whole lobbying aspect, they feel that way. where it's like,
Right.
oh, like APAC is a lot more present in America, or the ADL is a lot more present in America, and also the excuse shit that also fucks people's heads up. I think where they're like, yo, Israel, you're fucking massacring these guys over here. Oh, you're anti-Semitic, huh? You're anti-Semitic for saying that. Like that probably pisses people off, right? That's got to be a part of it too.
Yep.
It's a weird, convoluted thing, isn't it? Is it not? But it's also makes someone people that are just like, yeah, you can't trust Jews. They get kicked out of every country they've ever been in. Like, that also exists too, right?
Well, then you got to
The
think,
Holocaust wasn't
what
that
other
bad. You know what I'm
countries-
saying?
What other countries get these excuses from America? England, France.
England, France,
Czech-
like today, like you're saying
Germany,
today or throughout history.
Uh, kind of like,
I mean, today Saudi Arabia gets that excuse for sure.
yeah. And then Germany kind of gets the excuse. Poland kind of gets the excuse. Spain kind of gets the excuse. But what's the country in Africa that gets the excuse? I don't know.
South Africa, if there's a white guy running the country.
And what country in South America gets the excuse? Say Brazil.
Brazil when
And-
Bolsonaro's there, but not when Lula's there.
Well, now it looks like Argentina will start to get the excuse, and Ecuador will start to get the excuse.
El Salvador has the excuse. Right now they do, at least. The Bukele or whatever. Yeah, it's
I thought it was. Oh, okay. I got that wrong. El Salvador. I thought it was Ecuador, where the new president. That's keeping our prisoners.
no, that's El Salvador. Ecuador
Okay, El
is the one we played a role in cooing and replacing. Like, I really think it is leader based. Like if some like
Subjective too.
super, let's say,
What's the plan?
yeah, let's say some super righteous, follow the rules, don't harm people guy becomes president of Israel.
We need some regime change in Israel right now. There's a bad leader there. He's killing his own people. We need regime change.
But at the same time, the once again the overwhelming narrative, and I think people like Candace, I don't know, I haven't heard Tucker as much, and he doesn't talk in this like kind of like as elementary of a way that Candace does, to where it's like, we fight wars on behalf of Israel, and I keep hearing that shit. I heard guys that are supposed to be quote unquote experts, like Jeffrey Sachs or Mearsheimer and all these guys, right? Where it's like Israel controls our fucking foreign policy. I'm like, I don't believe that. Israel's like, yo, you need to coup Venezuela right now? Like, is that what's happening? Like, no. And my biggest thought experiment with it is just like, yo, if Israel disappeared one day, magically just poof, disappeared, guess what? We'll still be trying to subvert Iran because it's not our gangsters in there. Thus, get rid of them. Syria, we got our gangster in there now, so now we're cool. Now they can join the Abraham Accords. They can have sanctions taken off of them. We can do business with them now. But when the other guy, who's actually less extremist, I'm not saying he's a good guy. I think he's committed atrocities himself. Maybe as like a scared little wimp motherfucker. He's like, oh my god, the terrorists are here. Let's bomb everything. Fuck it. Assad, I'm saying. But either way, like, I think he would be considered less extremist than, Jolani, right? So, being like an Al Qaeda leader guy with a $10 million bounty on his head. But the guy gets more extreme, but the U.S. likes him. We like this leader. So you know what? We take sanctions off. We work with him. It's people in Israel are like screaming for Netanyahu's head right now as far as like corruption. Like, yo, you need to be charged with corruption, all this stuff. And what does the U.S. say?
They need to pardon him.
Pardon him.
Pardon. Make him safe. He's a good man. A good man.
It's like, is that on behalf of Israel? Or is that on behalf of a gangster friend I know that can do business with me? I think it's business gangster business partners. But then again, I guess we'll have to wait and find out because first we need to navigate this one little rabbit hole of Israel controls all of our fucking foreign policy and some of our domestic policy too. Apparently. But yeah, like, but there are weird things like there are weird things there too at the same time. You can't just turn your brain off for the topic, right? There's shit there worth looking into. The things that have been happening on college campuses for a very long time. By the way, a very long time. Granted, it became more known because of what's happening in Gaza, right? But before October 7th, guess what? There were college kids getting diplomas taken away, expelled, suspended. If they wanted to protest, the college would shut it down, and no one would fucking hear about it. But now with the Gaza thing, where more people are actually paying attention to the crimes that Israel commits, now, now it's getting the attention on the college campuses. But that's been there. And once again, if you see anyone behave in a weird-ass way with impunity, that pisses, I think, most regular thinking people off. That pisses them off. Straight up. Anyways, all right, let's keep it moving. Here we go. Here's Candace's reaction to Tucker and Ted Cruz getting in a hissy fit. I'm not really saying much, but, I mean, if you're Tucker in that situation, bro, just bring up, like, the blatant, like, bring up the genocide for some, like, I don't care, like, pull it out of nowhere. Doesn't matter, just to get him on camera, like, okay, now we can see where you're at. Because if you deny what's happening over there, then it's not something where it's like, okay, you're just being religious, or you have faith, or you have friends that live over there. This is something else. Now it's you're here for propaganda purposes now. You're here to lie to me. Got it. That's why simplicity always fucking wins in fucking arguments and debates and all that shit. Because the point is to, like, let's find out the base, idea, and then go from there. If you're full of shit at the base level, it should be obvious at that point. And, like, what is the point after that? But hey, man, yeah, 50 kids died yesterday in Gaza. No, they didn't. That didn't happen. I have the news article right here. It didn't happen. Like, there's video footage and pictures. Hamas made that with AI. At that point, it's like, all right, you're so full of shit that we can't even get started here, bro. You know what I'm saying? Versus someone who just, like, genuinely believes in something. So that's why I like going to the simplest level first. And I think Tucker should do that with Ted Cruz, although I didn't watch the whole interview, so maybe he did. All right, let's keep it moving. Here we go.
And once again, shame on you for conflating the two.
So it's incredible. And I want to be very clear that this interview is potent. That's not the effects of this interview.
It's not
going to go away. In my honest viewpoint, it is the beginning of the end of Christian Zionism. And Christian Zionism is necessary for Israel to go on doing what they want with nobody asking any questions. You're going, wait a minute, why are we supporting this? Why do we continue to support this? And so it went out.
Well, thank God Candace found out in the year 2025. She found out about this. Thank God.
Hey, she found out last year.
Christian Zionism is up. Blah, 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 blah.
Like,
Found out last
yeah,
year.
Candace. What's funny is the people she's complaining about, right? The Ted Cruzes, the Donald Trumps, the evangelical Christian Zionists, whatever the fuck you want to call them, or super duper Zionist pro-Israel motherfuckers. She's worked for all of them before she got here. She helped push them along for years. And now, when it's obviously too late, clear as day too late, now she gets it. Love that. Same thing with Tucker, by the way. But let's continue.
Asking any questions. You're going, wait a minute, why are we supporting this? Why do we continue to support this? And so it went absolutely viral as far as debates go. It was very clear that Tucker was the determined winner. But you have to imagine that for the groups that have spent millions upon millions, billions of dollars
See where her mind's at?
investing in
She's
poisoning
trash.
the minds of young Americans, poisoning the minds of people at Sunday school to believe that, like, as almost an indulgence, that if you just let Israel do whatever it wants, you will be blessed. That this interview would have sent them mad, and mad it did.
I'm sorry. I find something dumb about that. That was dumb, right?
No,
If you let Israel do whatever it wants, you will be blessed. I get she's just
that's
talking
what
in this
she's
weird
saying.
way,
Ted
but
Cruz supports.
yeah,
No,
but she's saying Sunday school stuff, right? And it's like, do any of those people know any of the crimes committed by the country we call Israel?
Yeah, they do, and they deny it,
I don't think
or they
I don't
support
think
it.
they know a lick about it.
They do.
I think they just buy into whatever the fuck they want to buy into. Like some slickster is tricking them, and they're just buying it, right?
Uh,
That's probably more likely
I
the
don't know. I
case, right?
can't say everybody for anything, but I say plenty of them do know that they are supporting what has been going on in Palestine.
Yeah, but those are like,
Evangelicals.
but
And I'm
those are
not
like
talking
movers
about
and
power
shakers, though.
players. No, I'm not talking about I'm not talking about higher ups. I'm talking about your average evangelical church member. They know that they're
Really?
supporting the fact that, yeah, because that is an enemy of God's chosen people. They can do whatever they want to them because they're the enemy of God's chosen people.
No, wait a minute. I thought the evangelical crowd are like, yeah, we want them there so that they can fulfill the prophecies that Jesus can come back. Like, it's okay if they die or whatever at some point. We don't actually care
No,
about them. We care about what they're gonna help happen.
right. That's part of it. Is they're the chosen people, so they get them being there puts them in place to make that happen. But what is it? They
Hmm.
believe that I forget the number, but they believe a certain number of the Jews will finally have their eyes open in Armageddon, and they will be saved as well. It's like 100,000 or million or something.
144,000. Am I tripping? Or is that the rapture?
That's there's 144,000 for something, but there's no, yeah, that's for specifically of the chosen people. 144,000 of them will have their eyes open to the Jesus the Messiah.
Bro, that's the fucking Muslims' prophecy. But not Jesus as the
What's all
Messiah. Jesus as like a prophet
what
that teaches like what
they're
he's
all
actually about.
basing it off of the revelations and interpreting it different.
Whatever. Religion.
The Mormons think the 144,000 is 144,000 that are Mormon are going to be saved because they're the chosen people for Mormon.
Fuck. Religion, get your shit together. Fuck. You guys are horrendous right now. Get your shit together. Anyways, all right, let's continue.
Because oddly, in response to this debate, despite everyone agreeing Tucker won handily, we started seeing an appearance
He
of
won.
influencers that began not just attacking Tucker and pretending like nobody just watched what they watched and going like, Tucker's crazy, but strangely attaching my name to it. It was not just Tucker, it was Tucker and Candace. I'm going to show you just one example, okay?
They bot
It's a little
farm.
long, but it's worth watching. This is a woman, her name is Nadine. She has 16,000 followers, and this is the video that she did in reaction to Tucker's sit down with Ted Cruz. Take a listen.
Okay, did anybody else watch the Tucker Carlson interview with Ted Cruz yesterday and think, what in the world has happened to Tucker Carlson?
No one thought that.
Okay. I mean, yeah, this is very bizarre, and I just the way she's talking just seems kind of bizarre-ish. How come she has 16,000? I got like 1,000 subscribers. How she has 16 fucking thousand? I get it. She's a hot mom. I get it. All right,
That, probably enough. That's probably enough right there alone.
just being a hot mom.
Yeah.
They got to get boosted too, though, for sure, right? Like, why invest in like a quote unquote influencer to talk shit about someone? Like, you pay them to do it. Well, like, you gotta like almost like get them started too, right? Like, just okay, let's give them some views here so that it like actually takes off later, right? Or like gets into the algorithm and spreads or whatever. I don't know. I don't know. But this is actually uncanny. Like, I'll play from the beginning. Here we go. That is very bizarre.
Cruz, take a listen.
Okay, did anybody else watch the Tucker Carlson interview with Ted Cruz yesterday and think, what in the world has happened to Tucker Carlson?
No one thought that.
I really used to like
Some probably
this
did,
guy,
Candace. Sorry.
but he looked so insane during this interview. He was so offended and acted completely juvenile. It was the most disgusting thing I've ever seen.
You imagine they pay him to do like little like subliminals and shit. Like, he just looks so juvenile and get paid to do like subliminals and shit like that. That's hilarious. All right, here we go.
He was so offended and acted completely juvenile. It was the most disgusting thing I've ever seen Tucker Carlson do. He looked so
What?
bad. He literally made himself look very weak and immature. Did anybody else get that same? I mean, I
No.
was watching it with this open mind thinking this is going to be a great interview, and then it just went downhill really fast. But Tucker was, it grossed me out. I don't even think I can watch Tucker Carlson anymore. I really feel like he needs to give an apology.
Okay, Candace
to
has to
Ted
do some
Cruz.
background information here. Go through her content. Let's look at it.
What a debacle.
I mean, okay, here's the funny thing is that I've done that with Candace's content before. Where like you just go down a rabbit like who the fuck is this person? And you start going through their shit and you're just like, this person's fake as fuck. I've done that with Candace or Timmy. Not Tucker so much, but definitely Candace Owens. Definitely Tim Pool or Steven Crowder. Like, these guys seem like fake as shit. Ben Shapiro, I actually believed him, believe it or not. I'm like, oh, I think this guy's like actually into this stuff. It's just, I'm just saying, like as it's, even though that you can tell this is like a very simple version of a critique, there's no real depth to it. It's like, but I swear I felt that way watching Candace's content and other people. I'm just saying.
You think it's fake, you're saying?
Well, fake in the sense of you have ulterior motives. It's not for the sake of making the world a better place or informing people.
But verse Ben Shapiro, you really believe like he's Israel first.
I believe.
Is that kind of what you mean?
Yeah, I believe that somewhat, for the most part, he believes in where he's going. Even when he's lying, I think he believes he's lying for the sake of something better for him or his people or whatever the fuck. Or republicanism or Judeo-Christian values, whatever the fuck he's doing. Right? I think he thinks that's the right way to go. Because he's a little dweeb, right? Little locker room dwelling, or little trapped in a locker dweeb. Like, that's his shit. But Candace, when I see her touring private prisons, I oh, look how wonderful the bars are of the cells, and oh wow, look at right, look how clean the floors are. Wow, amazing. Like doing that for private prisons, or walking through quote unquote Democrat riots here, like the way she was doing it, I'm like, you're fake as fuck. This shit, once again, she seems to have the same persona while she's doing all this, and it looks fake as fuck. I don't exactly say that about Tucker Carlson or Ben Shapiro, but I say that about her. I say about Tim Pool, definitely. I'm like, I think you're fake as fuck. So I'm just saying, like, maybe I don't know. I just find like, yeah, this lady is weird. Whoever this lady is seems pretty weird. But I definitely want Candace to go through her catalog. It's just I've had these same feelings about Candace Owens, where like I'm staring at him like, are you real, bro? Like, is this a real person? Are you doing this on your own volition, or is this about your career? You know, or maybe she really does care about Lee Oswald Harvey. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, let's keep it going.
Anybody else feel the same way? If
Her
you haven't
laugh
watched it, go
feels
watch
fake
it.
to
Come
me.
back, tell me what you think, because I watched it twice and could not believe what I was seeing.
I will let this mom watch
Tucker,
me twice.
Get a grip, dude. You were so rude, so condescending. It was disgusting. And you know what? And let's talk about Candace Owens, too.
Let's do that.
I used to like watching her.
Damn, she said Owen. She forgot the S. Maybe that's on purpose. Maybe it was a typo. Who knows? Maybe it's like, maybe she's just bad at remembering or reading things to where you end up saying like, you know, Lee Oswald Harvey. Anyways, here we go.
Her, but she's gone completely crazy and downhill.
The left has gone
What is happening
insane.
with these people? Yeah, just when you think you've got the right people on the right side, boom. Cuckoo. I don't know. What do you guys think? I'm mind blown today over it.
I'm mind blown about just how unconvincing of a performance that was personally. A couple of things that I want to point out is that she got
didn't say anything.
completely crushed in the comments. I mean, 99% of comments were like, are we watching the same thing? We can pull up just a couple of these here.
Okay, that's right. Anyways, I would. Now, for me personally, when I'm like, I hear all that, I'm like, you're not saying anything. No offense to, what's her name? The Blakely girl. There's one of her video. The first video I saw of her is that Anthony showed me. And I'm like, you're not saying anything. You're just, it's almost like you're inferring that you're on a side in regards to something, or you like or dislike someone's particular argument about something, or a topic or whatever. But like, as far as like actuality, like you're not actually saying anything. It's kind of like being like, oh man, damn, Tucker, yeah, Tucker. You know what I'm saying? Damn, Tucker. And it was just like, it was like crazy, you know? And damn, Tucker. Then the video ends like, oh, I think she means Tucker did bad. He looked like he sounded weird, or he was being illogical. Like you just end up like filling in the blanks with the argument that person never actually made. You know what I'm saying? Just like inferring it almost. That's what that like. I just heard this lady talk about. You didn't actually say anything. It's like, did she actually say anything? Did she make a statement about like? Did she quote Tucker? Did she quote Ted Cruz? Did she even say a topic? Or was she just like, man, Tucker, wow, Tucker, wow, bad, yeah, he's gone
Do
crazy,
better. Do better.
right? So just like nothing there to it, right?
Disgusted.
Apparently, she didn't even play the fucking clip. Like, yo, play a clip of it and be like, damn, Tucker, bad, right? But then again,
Well, if you're watching this, you watch that. Duh.
it's just empty calories, essentially. Like, she has 16,000 fucking subs while saying nothing. Come on, guys.
Hot mom.
Where's my 16K? I need to find some hot moms to. I'm gonna give them a script and just read what I say. It'll just. It'll blow up. Like, damn. They're hot. They're moms, and they're smart. Damn. Anyways, there we go.
Who paid you to post this video? Be honest. There's still time to delete this. Blind much? He exposed Ted fully. It's like, you're telling us now not to believe our own eyes. It's ridiculous. And so people just called her out and were like,
Yeah,
literally,
Candace.
who is paying you? Another thing to point out is that she purports to be a fan.
Hey, listen. I think I'm feeding AI too much. Stop doing that. Feeding AI, and it's being used against me. Anyways, here we go.
You're telling us now not to believe our own eyes. It's ridiculous. And so people just
And
called
just
her out
stop
and were like,
feeding
literally,
AI.
who is paying you?
It's too
Another thing to
stupid.
point out is that she purports to be a fan of Candace Owens. She's no longer a fan of Candace
Right.
Owen. What's happened to Tucker Carlson and Candace Owen? And by the way, she has made multiple videos.
I'm sorry, Candace, but guess what? Saying Candace Owen is actually more forgivable than saying Lee Oswald Harvey. I'm sorry, I'm so sorry, Candace Owens. I'm sorry for that. That shit is more forgivable than the Lee Oswald Harvey thing you said before. Isn't that? I just said it, Dubster. I need to stop feeding AI, bro. I need to stop feeding the transcript data algorithm script thingy. She's using the logic of my argument against her. She's using it now against that lady. Candace Owen, as in, like, you don't know my name, right? Like, you're not an actual fan of mine because you don't even know my name. Just like I was saying,
Like,
you don't actually
Candace
look into...
Owens wasn't really aware of JFK issue because she didn't know Lee Harvey Oswald's real name and said it Lee Oswald Harvey.
multiple times. And then came back and said the name correctly after like a period of time. Right? And it's like, okay, someone corrected you. Which means you had to be corrected about Lee Harvey Oswald, one of the most notorious names in American history, and especially in the conspiracy world. But all of a sudden, she's mentioning Operation Mockingbird and this and that. I'm like, bro. Maybe she's the hot mom that someone else is writing a script for. Who knows?
Hey, did
Someone
you
stole my
hear
idea
that
early.
Did you hear that Lincoln Abraham was assassinated in a theater?
Oh, by John Booth Wilkes? Yeah,
Yep,
I heard about that one.
that's the guy.
Yeah.
You know who did it? You know who was behind John Booth's Wolf?
No, who was it?
It was Israel.
You know what? That
Don't
actually
worry
makes
about the Cubans. Don't worry about the Cubans that were mentioned in the story. Don't worry about the CIA that was mentioned in the story. It was the Israel.
sense. Don't worry about the Italian mob. Don't worry about them either. It's all. I mean, John Booth Wilkes killed Abraham Lincoln after his team lost. When the North lost to the South in the Civil War, John Booth Wilkes was pissed off about that.
It's Lincoln Abraham. You fool! You don't know anything.
Oh, my bad. Sorry. He wore a very short hat too. It wasn't a tall hat; it was a very short one.
And he kept talking about 8 scores and 4 years ago.
I mean, you would know if you knew. If it's very exclusive, and if you don't know about it, you don't know about it. Like, it's very, inside baseball, deep dive politics that people have never heard of, except for Candace Owens. Here it is.
Hey, don't do anything. Ask for the country to do it all for you.
This is my thumbnail, by the way. This says it all. She's like, "Bitch, what? What you just say to me?" This is it right there. All right, here we go.
Another thing to point out is that she purports to be a fan of Candace Owen. She's no longer a fan of Candace Owen. What's happened to Tucker Carlson?
So fucking ironic.
And Candace
It really is.
Owen. And by the way, she has made multiple videos calling me Candace Owen. Since there's another one, Trump on Israel. She writes, "Sorry, Candace Owen. Your narrative is not playing out."
You're guilty of the same crime, Candace. Okay, you're guilty too. Let's keep going.
Okay, you have no idea who I am. Someone has sent you, perhaps I'm surmising here, telling you to go after Candace Owen, and we have evidence of that. And we saw across the board that there was this random typo in my name, Candace Owen. So then I get a flurry of emails, okay, telling us that it's not just Nadine. On Sunday, people went to church, whatever church.
Give me another mom.
Whatever denomination. And
it's gonna be
there
a
were
preacher.
a flurry of pastors that
I saw
preached
this clip.
to their
I saw this clip.
congregation regarding the evils of, you guessed
This I heard of, but I have not actually seen any video. So
She's
Popcorn
about to
ready.
play she's about to play a single preacher talking about her.
okay.
That's all it is.
Hey, popcorn ready. Here we go.
it. Tucker Carlson and Candace Owens. Again, why are we in the same breath? Okay.
I know. Where's
let's
YellBro
check
at, bro?
out this preacher. I've covered
Someone
his
boost
space,
me.
I don't think it's
Boost my
relevant.
fame.
I'm not trying to create an army of people to go after him. It's not what I believe in. I want to attack the substance of what he's saying on stage, not the individual. But here he is. He gets up on stage this past Sunday and he
Hold
preaches
on,
about
hit pause.
Candace, Tucker.
What's up?
Pay attention to what she's about to accuse this preacher of after the video's over. Just keep that in mind. She's going to accuse this preacher of doing something after the video is over.
So you seen this from this? You saw a clip from this video. I thought you meant like something she tweeted out or whatever. But all right.
No, it's the shorts. Those
Okay.
YouTube shorts. That's what this was from like this point on.
Okay. All right. Here we go.
And a couple of other political people. Take a listen.
Let me just say this. If some of us spent the same amount of time we did on Fox News as we do the Bible, there would be a revival in America today. If some of you listen to Tucker Carlson and Candace Owens, and these guys are anti-Semitic. I don't care what anyone says. I'm going to say it. They're anti-Semitic. And their rhetoric is dangerous.
He drunk? Let me hear that again. So wait.
Listen to Tucker Carlson and
He's like
Candace
cameras.
Tucker Carlson and Cameron Owens.
Yeah. But that's not even what I'm talking about, but okay.
Trucker Carlson and Toyota Camrys. He's just like throwing shit out there. That's hilarious. I'm gonna start from the top. Here we go.
Political people. Take a listen.
Let me just say this. If some of us spent the same amount of time we did on Fox News as we do the Bible, there would be a revival in America today.
I think he's hammered.
If some of you listen to Tucker Carlson and Candace Owens, and these guys are anti-Semitic. I don't care what anyone says. I'm going to say it. They're anti-Semitic. And their rhetoric is dangerous.
The rhetoric?
The rhetoric?
And that's not it, by the way. Like, I was watching this sermon going,
He might be drunk.
Tucker Carlson's. Their rhetoric is crazy. Crazy rhetoric. All right, here we go.
this
He
is
can't even
incredible.
say I'm from the South
Listen
with
to
that
who else-
accent.
Their rhetoric is dangerous.
Anti-Semitic.
And that's not it, by the way. Like I was watching this sermon going, this is incredible. Listen to who else he mentioned later on.
We're going to have my friend Robert Stearns is going to come here. And he has a unique ministry that God is utilizing him
Robert
to touch
Stearns?
the Israeli people. He knows Netanyahu. He knows all these amazing people. And I met Mike Huckabee, an ambassador of Israel. Let me just say something about Mike Huckabee. He's the real deal.
Oh,
He's the real deal. He's a good man of God.
This, once again, this guy is supposed to be this kind of off topic. This guy's supposed to be talking about like the fucking the being of the universe, and he speaks in such vagaries. He's saying nothing, saying absolutely nothing. Even when he's getting political, he's saying nothing. Well, you know, and,
Mike Huckabee, he's the real deal.
yeah, Mike Huckabee and Netanyahu and Israel and
I got a friend that hangs out with Netanyahu.
Caress Owens and Trucker Carlson. Yeah. It's just like, yeah, I like that. Or I don't like that. It's just saying nothing. Anyways. All right, here we go.
People, and I met Mike Huckabee, an ambassador of Israel. Let me just say something about Mike Huckabee. He's the real deal.
oh.
He's the real deal. He's a good man of God.
He's real. Is he real? Is real? Is
Listen,
real.
I
got
am
it.
the last person
code.
that should judge anyone. I took a very liberal route to conservatism.
You're about
I
a
agree.
liberal route to
You're about to.
Catholicism. But I just hope that any person, speaking about just having spiritual discernment, that if you are sitting at your congregation and you are expecting to hear the word of God and how to apply it perhaps in your personal lives,
Then
and
you
you
fucked
are
up.
instead getting what sounds like it should be on Fox News, like someone is telling you Bibi Netanyahu is a great guy, and you know what's going on in Palestine. Like, you've seen the images, you see the kids, the starvation campaigns. He's literally being tried by his own government for corruption, and he's like, he's good. But then that Tucker Carlson, I'm just going to come right out and say it. I mean,
on.
what church is this?
That is weird.
Seriously, 'cause I might, if this is, if the money's there,
Oh, it's about to get more.
everybody stay with me now. I've been overcome by the Holy Spirit. I'm just going to come right out and say it. I'm going to come right out and say, you need to go to CandaceOwens.com and give me money. And while you are there, purchase my book that is up for
What?
sale. It is
No. That's a fake graphic, right?
She's making fun of the other guy.
But she's also plugged. This is fake, right? She's not plugging an actual thing, right?
She's being sarcastic. I don't know if she is actually plugging something. She could be.
If I went to CandaceOwens.com, I better not see.
She could be. She could be actually plugging something using sarcasm of what's being said.
I don't want to see coffee mugs for $19.99. You know.
It's a book. She said it's a book.
Okay. Okay, this is getting weird. Okay, because she was like doing mockery thing. Then Then they put an actual graphic on there. So okay, let's see where they're going.
Come around and say, you need to go to CandaceOwens.com and give me money. And while you are there, purchase my book that is up for sale. It is Make Him a Sandwich. I'm going to come right out and say it because I have the Holy Spirit just came over me right now on the podcast, you guys.
Why is she doing a southern accent?
Say it. Also,
it is a book.
Who's above me on the Spotify church? Joe Rogan. And
So this is not a troll. She's actually.
Can you imagine me doing this?
Right.
She is trolling, but at the same time plugging, like she is this church preacher begging for donations.
What the fuck is this? Make him a sandwich? Oh my god. This is a fucking troll. No, this is not real. Is that her real book?
That's her book. Saying you should be a good housewife. That should be a priority.
Oh my fucking god, it's real. What the fuck is this? Why would you do that? Does she not what? She is like, if there's any other proof you needed for someone being a grifter, yeah, clear as day shit. Clear as fucking day.
But wait, this isn't even what I was talking about.
Hold on. Okay. So she did the preacher, like, oh, I'm gonna mock him, but at the same time, let me like plug my website. Oh wait, also here's my book with, I mean, looking like the stupidest concept in human history. I thought the point was like, isn't the idea like, oh, you don't need to walk around saying like, I don't need no man, I don't need a man. Like that's like I get why people would call that silly, but they go the opposite direction. Like, yo, no, make him a sandwich. Make him a sandwich as your cover art.
Don't need fake feminism. While she is kind of an example of feminism. Strong woman, rose through the ranks.
Don't say strong. Don't say
news.
that. Don't say that. Also, demon spawn is, I don't know if that means woman or not. But anyways, the cover art is dumb as shit. I mean, who came up with that one? That's fucking stupid. But why are you doing make him a sandwich? I don't get it. Why is that? Why is that the book?
Feminism.
To make someone a sandwich? I get it, but why are we going that direction? Like, does she have like advice in there? Like, yeah, here's how you please your man. Is it like that? Like, what are we doing?
Like, being a wife is your primary responsibility as a woman.
What if you're a doctor or something?
Your primary responsibility is to be a wife.
So you should drop shifts just to make your husband a sandwich or something? Metaphorically speaking?
Yeah, being a doctor is secondary to being a mother.
I mean, by golly, George, that sounds dumb, da dum 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 dum. Who the fuck is this person, bro? Who is this demon? Who is this evil spawn putting
I
a
agree with that. Actually.
sexy black woman? Like, she's hot as shit, but she scares me. She's the scariest person on planet Earth, I think, for me.
I'm telling you, bro, the NFL Sunday jingle is better, bro. Dun 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 dun.
I
This isn't even the part that caught my memory.
you see how you see
You making me a sandwich? You making me a sandwich or what? Yeah.
you see her face?
You make a lot of sandwiches.
Yeah, for his boyfriend Brad. Anyways,
Yeah,
you see you see her face? Her face on the like cover art for a book, right? Where she's like posing. To me, in my world, that's Candace's like regular face. That's all I know of Candace. Is this fake expression, nothing behind the eyes fucking look. This is incredible. This is genius. Make him a sandwich. New York Times best-selling through this dummy. This fucking dumbass is a bestseller that explains everything on this planet. Her by herself explains why the world is the way it is. She says it all through every little expression. It's just perfection. Every social expression, right? I don't know, we're behind the scenes. I'm saying, like, in front of us. It's brilliant. She is a work of fucking art, dude. She is genius. It's like God made something special here. That's all I'm saying. Anyways, let's continue here. She is special, bro. She is like
I agree.
So clear as day. It's obvious what the fuck this person's like. It's like so fucking obvious. But at the same time, I can't say it, right? I don't know. I can't say I know. It just seems so fucking obvious. But guess what? People are going to fall for that. And guess what? They're going to go at me because of her. They're going to be like, no, Candace is... I love Candace. They're going to shit on me for the sake of this motherfucker with that shitty cover art of her sitting cross-legged in front of a fucking sandwich saying make him a... It's stupid. It's dumb, guys. Fuck. This made me lose it. I was like, calm. I lost it now. I'm officially wrecked. Full-blown wrecked. The clearly not so seamless transition from making fun of Pastor to plugging her fucking book is incredible. It is a work of art on its own. And no one's going to notice that shit, bro. They're just going to be like, oh, yeah, wow. Yeah, I already bought the book, Candace. Cool. But stupid pastor, though. Stupid pastor. I saw this guy named YellBro. He's so stupid. He doesn't understand you, Candace. I do, though. That's what I'm going to be seeing. Break my heart again. Fuck. All right. Fuck it. Let's go. There we go.
I'm just going to come right out and say it. Also, who's above me on the Spotify chart? Joe Rogan. And I just want to say, damn that Joe Rogan. Do not listen to Joe Rogan's podcast.
It's a real plug, fake plug.
Come on. Like, we got to be a little more switched on than this. At least I'm clear. I'm speaking about politics. And I'm giving you my opinion.
This fucking Oprah-ass motherfucker with less substance. Wrecked, dude. Someone's falling for this person, dude. How? How do you fall for this? Come on. Like, oh, fuck. I'm grossed out. She's also really hot, though. She's a beautiful woman. I'd let her demon spawn on me anytime she wants to. Anyway, here we go.
I'm not going to dress this up in the word of God, okay? An absolute nonsense. And honestly, it's a little bit worse than a nonsense. I am not to sit in the chair of judgment, but I would be, shivers up my spine when I meet my maker if I was doing that for a living. That's all I'm going to say. So we decided to prod.
No, keep going.
I think I'm in the AI algorithm or something, bro. I swear to God I am. This is what I say all day and night.
Get to it.
Okay. Here we go. But I'm just saying, she keeps saying shit that I say. It's weirded me out a little bit. Like, Candace, I'm worried for you, but don't worry. I know you don't believe in God. Here we go.
When I meet my maker, if I was doing that for a living, that's all I'm going to say. So we decided to prod further because now I'm like, okay, well, the one thing I can tell you about Candace Owens,
Here we go.
not an anti-Semite, but she does love herself an investigation. Amen. Okay.
Lee Oswald
Prod
Harvey.
a little bit further, reach out to some of these congregants that were sending us clips. And so specifically about that guy, I said, like, is this a normal thing? Does he normally speak about Israel and Bibi Netanyahu? And they said, no, actually, he had just come back from a trip to Israel. We didn't know he was going to Israel. He came back from a trip to Israel.
What?
And suddenly he was telling us that we needed to donate to Israel. LOL, if you have a...
I don't get it. So he was
She's
already...
saying that he went and talked to somebody in Israel, and they got him to do that whole sermon that she
I understand that logic, but wouldn't his love or belief in something get him there in the first place? Maybe he didn't say it out loud. Maybe he got more inspired. Like, they're weirdos, right? Like, no offense, but a lot of pastors, they're fucking weirdos. Not even saying like weird shit, like kiddie shit. I'm saying like just in the sense of like...
She's implying all that was scripted for a big old donation to Israel.
Oh, so he's like just laundering money for Israel. He's whatever he makes, he's bringing it over, like sending it over to Israel, I guess. Is that what you're saying?
Or a portion of it, like some of it's going to Israel.
Okay.
But he had a talking to while over there, and somebody set him straight, kind of thing. That's what she's like accusing him of.
Okay, actually, yeah. Let me let this play out because now I'm curious. Like,
That's why.
See, normal-
That's what caught my attention about all this. Was
Okay.
She's saying this guy.
she better have some fucking shit with her then. Some evidence, photos, something, license plates. All right, here we go.
Speak about Israel and Bibi Netanyahu, and they said, no, actually, he had just come back from a trip to Israel. We didn't know he was going to Israel. He came back from a trip to Israel, and suddenly he was telling us that we needed to donate to Israel. LOL, if you have a job, you donate to Israel, my friends. Trillions of tax dollars, weaponry, you're good, okay? But he said that they needed to donate to Israel, and suddenly they're getting sermons about Bibi Netanyahu, and I'm
sure
like,
it's trillions,
what? I couldn't imagine my priest never, not once. I've been Catholic for a year and a half, never once has brought up a political person ever in the homily.
You heard that too, right?
Yeah, I heard that too.
Wait.
She's been Catholic for a year and a half.
Oh my fucking god! The plot gets thicker. What are we doing here? Oh my god! What did she... And guess what? No, sorry, Amy. I'm so sorry to name drop you here, but you fell for this shit, didn't you? Well, she found the right way to go, and she joined up with the right church and the right idea, and now I believe what she says. Now she's a good person now. Motherfuckers are falling for this shit. Yeah, I'm a Catholic from 5 minutes ago, and now I believe that it's like I just learned about JFK and Lee Oswald Harvey and Israel. Our foreign policy is owned by Israel. These are all revelations from a year and a half ago. I mean, I was rich before that, but now I'm extra rich after this new profound epiphany about existence itself. Can you imagine trying on religions like shoes? Can you imagine that, Dubster? Can you?
The first thing she saw in the JFK files, it says, classified thanks to Israel.
But wait. Can you imagine trying on ideologies like their high heels? Like their shoes you change out? Like, come on, dude. Isn't it supposed to be like some sort of like, oh my god, life-changing, whatever the fuck? But she sounds, looks, and acts the exact same way, but just different words come flying out of her fucking face. That's the only difference. This woman is so blatantly full of shit. A year and a half? Are you kidding me? Oh my god. Stop it. Oh my god. But guess what? She's gonna get away with it because she has bodyguards. Just say the right words and everyone will fucking
Wait.
fall for it. Goddamn boomers. though.
Shouldn't that change your perception about what Steven Crowder said the other day when he attacked Candace Owens? He was attacking Catholics.
Was he? Whatever.
No, because she's Catholic. Because she's Catholic for now a year and a half. That was. This is a shield she can wear. She is Catholic for a year and a half. So Steven Crowder attacked the Catholic.
Damn, man. It's almost like they found a group to take advantage of. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Let's let it ride out. Maybe she had a genuine epiphany, but forgot to actually seek redemption first. Or maybe she did like the 5-minute ritual version. Just like, all right, 5 minutes, say I'm sorry a couple times, and you're good. Now I can go back to being blank-eyed. I swear to God, there's no light behind those eyes. That's a reflection of lighting outside. On the inside, I'm like, damn, I can't tell if you're alive or an animated corpse with this motherfucker, bro. I kid you not. I'm looking for signs of life from this human being. I have not seen it once since I've seen this person. I kid you not. Anyways, here we go. I've been Catholic now for like a year and a half. Ever heard that out loud? You ever heard anyone say anything like that?
No.
That's fucking batshit crazy, is it not?
Sounds wild. What the fuck?
I've been like a football fan for like a year and a half now. That makes sense. I've been Catholic for a year and a half now. It sounds fucking stupid. That sounds dumb as shit.
It sounds like a
Fuck.
shield.
Don't worry, people will fall for it. You want to know why? Do you want to actually know why? Because Israel controls our foreign policy. That's why. It'll work. Fuck. And guess what? It'll be by people that claim to be critical thinkers, too. Funny enough. Fuck. But, alright, at the same time, I don't know. Maybe Candace is the real deal. Who knows? Maybe she's the real deal. Anyways, let's keep it rolling. Here we go.
But he said that they needed to donate to Israel, and suddenly they're getting sermons about Bibi Netanyahu, and I'm like, what? I couldn't imagine my priest never, not once. I've been Catholic for a year and a half, never once has brought up a political person ever in the homily. But okay, I'm like, now
I was
I'm
in Cabo a year and a half
talking about
ago.
because I know that these churches, these mega churches, otherwise, they can be sponsored on trips to, these like they're well taken care of. They go over on these overseas trips by
How do you know that?
organizations that purport to be alliances. And they said, yes, actually, this was one of these trips. It was sponsored by an organization called Eagle Wings, which is a quote unquote alliance between Christians.
She said she got all this information from a response to one of her videos. Like, this said to be a stupid long response for all this.
So she vetted someone who commented and found out this is what the guy the pastor was attached to. Is that what you're saying?
Vetted
Or what she's saying?
Vetted question mark?
I mean, for me, it's a question, but I don't fucking know. And I assume
she said some responses and videos told me that this guy did all of this. This could have been an essay long fucking response on one of her videos.
Who fucking knows? All right. Okay. Let's continue. Maybe she's going somewhere with us.
Christians and Jews. Now, here's what I'm saying. Just taking a look at this website that sponsored this particular pastor, if it's an alliance between Christian and Jews, should there be a crucifix? Like, do you see Christ?
This woman's such full of shit, dude. If you fell for this, you're a fucking idiot. I'm so sorry to tell you. I could be wrong. But my intuition, my heart just jumped out of my fucking chest. Said, if you believe this woman right here, you're a fucking idiot. I'm sorry to tell you. I'm so sorry to remind you. But you know what? Maybe I'm the idiot. We'll see as we'll see as time goes by. All right. So like when I go to this website, first thing I notice, where's the crucifix, huh? It's like, holy fuck, she's using. I can't explain it. It's my intuition. Forgive me, guys. Forgive me for having that thing and using it. But fuck, if you fall for this shit, fucking dummies. I got a Squid Game season 3 to sell you. If you fall for this shit. Anyways, here you go.
What kind of alliance is this?
Oh my God, alliance!
I see.
Where's the crucifix at?
I just see the Star of David. I see the state of Israel right off the bat. I did. What kind of alliance
Whoa.
is this? Does this mean like we get to work for the state of Israel? Like just looking at the box?
Yo, if you fall for this shit, fuck you if you fall for this. Fucking dummies. Fuck. I mean, see a Star of David. What do we work for Israel? Like just making up like willy nilly, like like. Not only careless, but almost like callous. Like there's no heart or emotion behind it. It's just like, oh my god, do we like work for Israel? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like fuck. Where's your soul at? Don't you care about this? Do you care about this, Candace? You actually care about this? Fuck.
You remember going over her JFK files thing? Only thing it said was Israel killed JFK.
And they blackmailed RFK too.
Yeah, and if LBJ had anything to do with it, or John Booth Wilkes had anything to do with it, then it was Israel's plan too. If the Cubans had a part of it,
dude.
it was for Israel.
Oh my god, man! I'm gonna get a fucking headache from this shit. Jesus fucking Christ. Sorry, Jesus. Because I already know.
She actually makes the case for the people that believe that Jews are kind of in power and shit look stupid.
Listen, Dubster, listen. This is where my mind's at. I'm being very selfish. I'm thinking about my own life right now. Sorry, Amy, but Amy's gonna be like, she's gonna pop up in a call one day, be like, well, I think you're being unfair to Candace, and I'm going to pop a blood vessel. I want you to know that right now. That is where my mind's at right now. Oh, Candace says, she's all right though. Oh yeah, you're the all powerful YellBro, aren't you? Huh? You think you're so fucking smart, don't you? Huh? She's gonna do that shit with me, and I'm gonna pop a fucking blood vessel. I'm telling you right now. I'm predicting the future right now. Oh, you should be fair to Candace. Candace, you know, people are unfair to Catholics, and Candace is Catholic. From 5 minutes ago, from 10 minutes ago, she's fucking Catholic. Got it. Oh, fuck. I'm crying right now. Next, keep playing. Here we go.
Christians and Jews. Now, here's what I'm saying. Just taking a look at this website that sponsored this particular pastor, if it's an alliance between Christian and Jews, should there be a crucifix?
Listen to this shit.
Like, do you see Christ? What kind of alliance is
like,
this?
Where's Christ at, huh?
I just see the Star of David. I see the state of Israel right off the bat. What kind of alliance is this? Does this mean like we get to work?
Oh, she's so passionate, Candace.
Like just looking at the vibes. Anyways,
the vibes. Where are the vibes at?
I want to just see because you see what are these upcoming events?
Motherfuckers full of shit, dude. Full of shit.
To attend,
I'm sorry.
I Stand with Israel. And get a frontline update. You can attend Torah Tuesdays. Okay, that sounds fun. What are we handing out on Torah Tuesdays? Like Taco Tuesdays, Torah Tuesdays. And we've got Shabbat. These are the upcoming events. I am amazed by this. Okay. I'm not really sure what Christians get out of this. Anyways, like I said, you know me. I'm interested. And then I start thinking beyond this. I'm like, okay, well, if I'm getting these flurry of emails and pastors are getting on stage on Sunday and simultaneously talking about Tucker and Candace.
If I had 30 million, I'd pay Candace to quit. If I had 30 million, like, yo, here's 50 million. Quit. Do something else. She can be genuine as she wants to. I think she's horrendous at this. If she's being genuine, she's horrendous. If she's full of shit, I told you so. That's where I'm at right now. Anyways, let's continue. Go ahead,
Yes.
Candace. So you
Of
save the
every
world
plausible
for righteousness
names,
in Christ.
Every plausible arrangement of names.
Christ is
They
king.
go with Tucker and
A
Candace.
year and a half ago.
It means that there had
Got
to
it.
have been some sort of a script that went out, right? So I take a shot.
Here you go.
Money talks.
Script.
I'm pretty open about stuff, and I just go ahead and put a bounty. Candace the Bounty Hunter, right?
What?
Put me on A&E. I want to have a show, Candace the Bounty Hunter, right? And I just say on my Instagram stories, if you work in a pastoral office and you're one of these people that attended a sermon recently and saw that suddenly people were saying Candace and Tucker, if you have any information, I will pay for that information. Like I am willing to pay up to $15,000 to get this information because actually I should offer to pay more. because
$15,000?
This really matters. If
This is
people
not
think
real.
that they are going and yet their pastors are potentially being bought and paid for by outside organizations, whether it's gifts in kind, by fancy trips, or actually cash that's being exchanged so that they can get up and they preach you and they're actually just brainwashing you and they're selling you out, like this deeply matters. They're talking about people's faith. They think they're going to heaven and potentially their pastors are bought and paid for. And you are not going to believe this, you guys. Sure enough,
They think they're going to have. Okay, whatever. Whatever.
on
Well, let's leave that
Friday,
alone.
June 20th, an email went out.
I
And I want to
can,
be
I can
clear.
hear her voice. Not everyone's so smart as YellBro, right? Amy, I'm telling you, I'm in the past, but talking to the future. Shut up! Stop it! Stop! All right, here we go.
This is an email that went out to
Did
a
you play
different
Wordle
church,
today?
right? To a different pastor, but similarly from an alliance
I love Amy, by the
organization,
way. I love her. She's a dope person.
Judeo-hyphen organization.
But she falls for
but
grifters, I
like
think.
we maybe won't do anything
Without
for Christians.
knowing
We're going
it.
to tell Christians what they can do for Israel. Okay. So the email, we're going to pull this up for
I think
for
she
you
knows
guys.
I'm more
It's
Christian than
from
Candace
the
Owens is.
Center
think she
for
knows that.
Jewish Christian Understanding and Cooperation. And here is the email, as you can see, that went out on June 20th. It says, we've obviously covered anything that was identifying here. We verified this. We had screen recordings, everything. It says, I hope this message finds you well. At the Center for Jewish Christian Understanding and Cooperation, we've always believed that the strength of our communities lies in how we show up for one another, especially in difficult times. That's why I'm reaching out. Recently, we've been troubled by certain statements made by public voices like Tucker Carlson and Candace Owens, individuals with large platforms whose words carry weight. While we understand and respect differing political views, the language they've used lately has crossed a line. It's not just provocative and controversial. In some cases, it's veered into rhetoric that echoes classic anti-Semitic tropes, questioning Jewish loyalty, downplaying the Holocaust, and framing Jewish communities as global manipulators. Now, it's going to get a little ironic here because if you're going to talk about a little bit of manipulation, it's going to come at the end of this email. Here's the second page of the email.
Okay.
It may not always be obvious at first glance, but to those of us who've seen where this kind of speech leads, it's deeply unsettling. We're not asking anyone to take sides politically. This is about something deeper, about spiritual accountability and the moral influence church leaders like yourself have in shaping how people treat one another. With that in mind, we'd be grateful if you'd consider speaking briefly on this in one of your upcoming services. Even a few words encouraging awareness, compassion, and caution when engaging with media voices that spread division under the cover of opinion.
By the way, if you're a pastor and you need advice about this, you probably shouldn't be a pastor. You should probably quit and do something else. Go back to kindergarten. I'll handle this. Don't worry about that. I'll take care of that. Anyways, here we go.
And if you're open to it and willing to share a recording or a summary of your message, we'd like to offer a small gesture of support, a donation of
Quid pro quo.
$2,500 in Bitcoin to your congregation. No
There it
strings
is.
attached. No, it sounded to me like there was very much string attached here. Just an expression of our thanks and solidarity. Please feel free to reply directly if you'd like to connect further, or if we can provide any background resources for your message. And I want to be clear, guys. There's no strings attached. Do it. And we'll give you $2,500 in Bitcoin, which is not really traceable whatsoever, but it's to show our alliance. And we're not telling you what to say. We're just telling you that if you were going to say something, let it be that Candace Owens, Tucker Carlson are anti-Semitic. And we're not giving you any proof of that other than this no string attached payment via Bitcoin, which is kind of untraceable. Huh? What? This is crazy. This is crazy. Now, I'm going to tell you who sent this email. This is a developing.
I think it's actually traceable.
By the way, we are investigating here. This is a developing story.
Yeah, this is weird shit. I agree.
And I don't want this to be a stereotype, but it is Rabbi Shlomo. And he's based in Israel.
Shlomo.
Oh no, Rabbi Shlomo.
Again.
No.
Her ultimate enemy. Enemy is behind it.
Gosh.
No. That's Shmuley, bro. This is Shlomo.
Oh.
Okay. Who's Rabbi Shlomo?
Let's listen. No one puts shalom in the home like Shmuley does, okay? But Shlomo, I have no idea who that fucking guy is. No idea.
Okay.
All right, listen. I'm gonna say this right now. No offense to my Jewish brothers and sisters out there, but change the fucking names around. Slow-mo and Shmuley need to go right now. Like, delete those names. Try something else. I'm telling you right now, delete those fucking things. Anyways, here we go.
Up this website. What's going on? Look, I want to be very clear, because he was very clear. There's no strings attached here. This is just what we do. Here is the Center for Jewish Christian Understanding. Wink, wink, and cooperation. And we find on this website who they are, what their mission is, who the staff is.
Christian Jewish cucks.
Rabbi
weird
Dr.
acronym right there.
Shlomo
Whatever.
Riskin happens to be the founder. So, yeah, this guy's offering a little bit of Bitcoin Cash for a little bit of a mention. But by the way, that's fantastic. You say one sentence, and you can get 2,500. That's pretty good. Okay.
Yo, fine, YellBro. I can say
there.
a bunch of sentences.
What we have happened upon here
hook me up.
They clearly in Israel.
I want cash, though. I don't want Bitcoin. I want cash.
Carlson did this interview, and I don't even know what I did last Friday that I was getting wrapped into this, but they went out with specific instructions about me and Tucker Carlson. Listen, yet another young woman that has come forward, and she has given us proof, and she is terrified about presenting this proof and in any way having it being traced back to her.
Really?
So I'm going to tell you, I'm actually going to read to you what she sent us. She sent us first an email with the proof and the screenshots of how she got paid. And she said the bounty is $1,000 to $5,000, and they give you a script. She said that and again, I'm going to say allegedly here, because I wanted to make her comfortable. That's why we waited to do the show until 4:00 p.m. But she said that they were receiving payments from Act Blue. She named a person
Democrats
that worked with as a Democratic chair that she said was reaching out to influencers, telling them that they could get paid to make videos, and that the script that went out this time was about Tucker Carlson and Candace Owens. Now, I'm going to read you that script and not show it to you because she is so terrified. But it says, "Hello, blank. We are happy to bring you on as our influencer to share the same vision that we all share and to open the eyes of those individuals to such hypocrisy. There was a lot of misleading information being fed to us, the people, from podcasters such as Candace Owens and Tucker Carlson. We would love to pay you up to $5,000 to just make a video regarding the false narrative that Candace Owens is spreading. Key points to bring up. Maybe the showing off the Iran Candace Owens post on their TV networks, which is what they were all doing. Candace recently featured in Iranian state TV. Like, suddenly I'm supposed to believe that all these college kids on TikTok are watching Iranian state news. Like, they all were like, oh my God, I just saw Candace. I know this person's speaking Farsi, and I can't read Farsi or understand Farsi, but like, she's on Iranian state news. It's a bridge too far. They were all doing this exact same thing. So key points to bring up that she was on Iranian state news, TV networks, possibly.
I heard that story as well. People being featured on Iranian, state television or whatever. But then again, people called. I didn't look too far into it, but people call like press TV, right? They call them like Iranian-backed television, and they speak English on there, right? I'm just saying.
Well, you know why Mark Levin's calling Tucker Carlson Catarlson is because he had some interview with somebody that an agency in Qatar arranged, and they're saying they paid him which means that he's not a journalist for being paid for this interview. And
Okay.
apparently none of the money went to Tucker Carlson, but somebody had a problem with it and showed like the payment structure of this deal. And it was like $200,000 was spent. It gets him the interview, which they didn't pay him for. The fact that he has his own show and it can go viral is how he would get paid. And
Okay.
his flight was free, his stay was free. But since
Interesting.
$200,000 went into this that Tucker Carlson did not receive, it means Tucker Carlson got paid for a controlled interview. It's a leap,
And
and it's a leap. You got to prove that he like babied his questions or something. It was like the leader of Qatar or something. I think
okay,
that's who he was interviewing.
I have not seen that, but I did see Levin mention
Loomer was all
with
over it. That's
Russia,
who it was.
Laura Loomer.
Yeah,
Okay.
Loomer was like, she's the one who exposed the $200,000 breakdown payment. And it was just like, it's
Why would you pick the dumbest to expose something? Whatever. Whatever.
she was saying it because this makes him anti-Israel.
Got it.
While we fund Qatar, as
Yeah,
in Israel
they're our
funds
ally.
Qatar.
Yeah. But it's one of like the most like fake looking like beefs of all time. It's definitely Qatar and Israel. It's like, come on, guys, stop! You're not fooling us. No, us in Qatar, we care about the Palestinian people. Meanwhile, it's like you're just saying that so your people don't riot and like run you over or like overthrow you or some shit like that. You make it seem like you're at odds with what Israel's doing when you might not be. Same with Saudi
Right,
Arabia, right? Like,
well, I mean,
similar.
it's because Qatar will take the side of Iran, sort of, but it's in the favor of deals for Israel. Like,
For the U.S. too. More importantly, I think that's
well,
the bigger apparatus there.
so they're the negotiators for Iran. So they kind of have to play into the position of we'll work for you, Iran, and they also have to, since they're the negotiators that host the other side, Israel, they have to play kind of in the hand of Israel. And it's just
Yeah.
like, what else do you expect from these people? But no, you're going to say, no, Qatar actually works for Iran. Huh?
Nah,
Like,
nah.
whatever, man.
Well, it's not going to go anywhere.
That's where they go
because
with it.
I'm
That's
sure.
where Levin goes with it.
I'm sure Levin and Israel and their talking points go there. Ben Shapiro, they go that direction. But at the same time, the U.S. itself is like, nah, sorry, we're cool with Qatar. They're cool.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. That's what Levin's taking you to in his making.
Yeah.
That's why he keeps calling Carlson Catarlson.
Yeah.
It's his insult to Carlson.
He did mention something that was weird about Tucker Carlson. Not that I'm some sort of Tucker fan or kind of favoring him in any way. I'm just saying, like, the thing that Levin did point out was fucking weird. In regards to Russia, of him going to that fucking supermarket and the little fucking like puff piece, like, oh my god, look at the food here. Wow, look at the bread. Ah, it smells fresh. Wow. Like, Tucker did that in regards to Russia. I'm like, the fuck you doing, dude? So,
Well,
I
I
think a
know
lot
what
of these
that was
motherfuckers
about.
are full of
I
shit.
knew that before Carlson did it. We were saying the sanctions were destroying Russia. No, they weren't. And he just demonstrated by going to that grocery store. Prices are
Yeah, but that's weird, though,
better than
right?
ours.
That's a weird. I mean, I guess it makes sense in the world of politics where there's no flavor or taste or whatever, but it's still, for
It's
me,
showing the economics
me looking at
that
it,
they're
I'm just like,
facing.
ew, that's weird. What are we doing? Anyways, all
There's
right.
people who do that for Venezuela. They show you the prices
I understand
of
that.
what it costs to buy stuff in Venezuela, and then they put up like here's their average earning wages month by month, and this is how much percentage this is of an average month by month earning wages. Is this high or is this low?
Yeah, but I'm weirded out by Blumenthal doing that the same way I'm weirded out by Tucker Carlson doing that in Russia. It's the same thing to me. It's all weird to me.
I mean, to me, it clarifies things for the general public. You can see for yourself. Here's
Why the
what it
fuck
costs
would
to
I just
live.
buy their narrative? Whatever. Why the fuck would I just buy like the U.S. state apparatus of talking points and narratives about other countries? Why would I just buy that in the first place?
No, he broke the narrative.
No,
Carlson
no,
broke
no,
the
I
narrative
know,
by
but
doing
why
that.
the fuck do I need Tucker Carlson to go tell me how good the fucking bread is? Fuck. I don't need that.
We censored RT.
So
We wouldn't let
RT
RT talk anymore.
So RT can come over here and tell us how good the fucking bread is? That's weird, right? That's not the point. Bread and supermarkets are not the fucking point.
No. It's
right?
because we censored Russian news in America after we basically picked a war with them. That's why he, I guess, thought he needed to do this. Because
He's a fucking idiot then. He's dumb then.
No, it became a blind spot to Americans. They weren't getting information that our sanctions weren't actually
So he
doing
went to
anything.
show us how good the bread is? Like, think about what you're saying out loud right now.
It wasn't just fucking bread. He went through the whole grocery store and pointed out
I understand.
different things.
I understand. But it's like, what's the point of that?
To show us that they're not actually struggling from sanctions.
Then what's the point of that? Why do that?
To show that our sanctions did nothing to them.
But wait. Do we need our sanctions to do something to Russia? Or aren't we supposed to be like, yo, that's wrong, or that's not the right thing to do, or they're not the worst people in the world, or whatever the fuck, right? Instead, you're showing how strong Russia is. Like, so fucking what? Fuck Russia. Fuck those motherfuckers. What are we doing? Not Russia, but
you don't get
the government.
Importance of that.
Fuck Putin. Fuck these guys.
It's showing the ineptness of the West to Russia's personal strength.
So we need them to be like, oh my god, Russia's so strong and masculine. Look how big their muscles are. Is that what we need? Or do we need to hear like, yo, this is wrong to do? Oh wait. We need to keep our eyes on the adversary. Is that what you're saying? Is that where you're going?
What?
Are you saying do we need to keep our eyes on the adversary? Otherwise,
they're not our adversary. Our government was the adversary for the Russia-Ukraine war. We were the bad guys.
And we need to see how strong they are. Oh, look how strong Russia is. Ooh, what the fuck does that do for Americans? Are you fucking kidding me? What's the point of that?
Wrong side of this?
Because their economy's doing okay? What that means nothing. This is nothing but right or wrong, dude. Their bread is so good, they must be the right team. Let's go there. Let's join their team. Let's support them.
If I change this to Venezuela, you would say sanctions are bad.
Sanctions are bad. What do you mean change it to Venezuela? I'd say sanctions are... What does that mean as your argument?
Because they actually affect Venezuela. They make it so that their food's expensive.
And showcasing that sanctions do nothing in Russia, what does that fucking do in regards to what the fuck you just said? Are you fucking with me, dude? Are you fucking with me? I feel like Billy Bob Thornton and Bad Santa. I'm like, what the fuck is this guy saying to me? What are you saying?
Because Russia actually does capitalism and Venezuela does communism, and that's the actual exposure.
So it's not about U.S. foreign policy. It's about capitalism versus communism?
Economics. It's about economics.
It's about economics. I think I'm going to move on with my video now. I think we hit rock bottom here. All right, here we go. Here's more. Actually, all right, I'll hit play, but I need to close my window because I don't want fucking bats flying in here. All right, here we go. I'll be right back, though.
That she has a secret lover and at the end of the day is an anti-Semite. that being an anti-Semite is the least of her concerns. Please forward your Cash App tag along with your TikTok username. Once the video is posted, we will submit the Cash App payment amount. It depends on the information that is found. Thank you for your time. Any further questions, please forward this email. Thank you. So I looked at this and I'm like, okay, we need to further prod this. And she's getting a little bit of cold feet, but she sent us her Cash App and showed us some payments. And I was like, before we reveal all this, I want to make sure that this girl is comfortable. But this looks like
Cash App?
there are networks that are going out and it's broken apart. So if you are a pastor, you might have this center of alliance sending it to you. That pastor we showed you on stage could have had Eagle sending it to him. And they've all potentially taken you on trips, done things for you. And they're asking you to just like, hey, remember us? That trip was about nothing other than alliance, but like this is getting, Tucker and Candace are getting a little bit crazy. Could you say something? And on the micro-influencer side, we are getting proof that it looks coordinated.
Yep.
She said that pastor we showed you footage of could have done this, gotten this from this group. That alone could get her sued.
Someone or something like that.
False. Yeah. Yeah, it's just like she's
speculating.
She's accusing them without no. Yeah, she's accusing in speculated form, and that's where I think she's wild right there.
I mean, I think that should be okay for her to speculate like this.
Because she did use the right verbiage, like could have.
I'm using the good old spirit of the rule. Some guy brought up her name, and she, I would think, be like, okay, can you counter that? Do you have a counter argument for that? Do you have a reason why you might be doing it? I say go crazy speculating. But then again, we live in a stupid planet, right? Don't we? With stupid people on it.
Yeah.
I got it. All right, let's keep going here.
Similarly coordinated, and they are being handed a script. And this young woman said to me, look, I'm a broke college student. I don't really care one way or the other. And that is what stood out to me, is that there were so many videos from people who don't speak about politics, trying to make us believe that they're watching Iranian state news. And again, attaching Tucker and Candace together, which makes no sense. We don't work together. I support Tucker, and like everyone else in the world, I covered that interview because it was astounding, and it was, I think,
Candace, it does actually make sense in regards to popular people that are talking about Israel's influence over U.S. foreign policy. Let's just be honest. Guess what?
Yes.
Jeffrey Sachs goes into more detail than these guys do. John Mearsheimer goes into deeper detail than these guys, than Tucker or Candace. They go into deeper detail. Judge Napolitano goes into deeper detail than any of these guys. But guess what? You two are super famous, right? And let's be real. Well, I can't speak for Tucker, but for Candace, she's super duper vague. She's very vague.
Yeah.
Israel controls her foreign policy. Like just saying that means nothing to me until you add details. Yeah, go ahead.
If you remember when she first came to the light of the Jewish conspiracy world, her first interview was with Norman Finkelstein.
Okay.
Like she doesn't know why she's being associated with Tucker Carlson when Tucker Carlson says, well, we might be doing a lot of this shit in favor of Israel. And she's supposedly further down the rabbit hole and done it longer than Tucker Carlson's done it, and doesn't understand why she's associated.
Well, I think, yeah. It's almost like that statement was rhetorical and not even, it's about actual reality. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, you and Tucker are fucking connected to each other in regards to this. If Rogan made more noise, he would be. But if I made more noise, I wouldn't be. Get it now, Candace? But I think she understands that already. She might be full of shit with these statements. Just being honest. But, all right, here we go. Here's more. I thought this would be over by now, but here we go. She's still going.
Will be
here
reflected upon as a moment of
Brilliant.
cultural zeitgeist in America. Like, I really do believe that people woke up. Like, he smacked people into an awakening, and now he's paying a heavy price. And for whatever reason, I am as well. Because you can't stand up to these people. You can't stand up.
A grand awakening from Tucker Carlson. I'm like, holy fuck, are we like? To me, that sounds like doom. I'm like, oh no, he like no offense to the guy or even to Candace, but you guys cannot be leading the charge in any type of awakening. I'm so sorry. The people that have spent a shit ton of time asleep, telling us the asleep points, and then claiming to be someone that's waking other people up is batshit crazy to me. I don't believe it. I'm so sorry. These guys are so left behind in the fucking dust. There's no way I believe that. I'm so sorry. Like, it is what it is. But if you want some pseudo version of quote unquote waking up, a pseudo red pill, if you will, have fun. But guess what? People are going to do that most likely. They're going to do that most likely. So, but here we go. I want to play a little bit longer, but right now I'm getting nothing.
They have a machine in the background.
The War Machine, huh?
I wanted to show you guys this because
the War Machine, Candace, love that one.
First and foremost, I think this will
War Machine from a year and a half ago.
Get people who are members of these churches to ask questions about whether or not you are a part of a congregation that is truly trying to get you to understand what your role is as a Christian in today's society and speaking to you about the Word of God, or if
Another
you
person's
are
telling
actually
you that, you're probably wrecked already.
being a part of a political institution. Because that's what Zionism is. It's a political ideology, right? So to be a Zionist means that you have subscribed to a political ideology and perhaps one that is masquerading as some sort of a religion. And I very much believe that, and I hope that this wakes you up. And yeah, I'm sorry that Shlomo is leaning into every bad stereotype here, but I want to let you guys know that this investigation is open. So if you want to send us more information, as you can see, we are revealing no names. And I openly have offered to pay for.
Okay, I get it. Also, pause. Tips at Candace.
So did you,
pause.
Did she pay those two people that provided information 15 grand? You think she did or didn't?
I don't know. I would doubt that. I'd highly doubt that. In fact, I'm doubting if they're real or not, to be honest with you. I don't know. I can't say I know. I leave room all over the fucking place. Every time Candace opens her mouth and sound comes out, I question everything. I mean, I do anyways, but I'm just saying, like, I pay a little bit more attention, maybe, of like, damn. What did David Icke say about, maybe it was Alex Jones, where he's like, yeah, if you, like, hey, mate, if you told me the date, I might have to, like, go out of my way and check a calendar just in case. You lie so much that if you told me the fucking time, I'm going to go confer with other people. Like, is it actually 12 o'clock? Is it really, guys? It's like, because this motherfucker lies so hard. Or, let's be real. You don't have to lie. You can use factoids or whatever, you know, to bullshit people. You can use actual factoids to do that. Believe it or not. You know. It is what it is. But, alright, I'm done with this video. I actually feel like there's more news here than there was with the RFK thing, for sure. This, like, yeah, paying influencers or pastors and all that shit, I consider that possible. And at least the small amounts of evidence that I did see from this video, I'm like, yeah, this seems very plausible as something. Granted, I don't think Candace is some threat for world peace and world righteousness. I don't think she's like the threat of making that happen. I don't think she's that person. I don't think Tucker is either. But you know, it is what it is. Maybe they have their own personal beefs with these motherfuckers, and they're targeting them because they're rich and famous. Okay, that makes sense. And they pay some influencer motherfuckers that never heard of them to say Candace Owens and how bad she is. I understand that as well. But at the same time, I do consider it not it being fake or not being real, but the point. Why is Candace into it? That's the thing that worries me. I'm like, damn, are you... Like, is the point of this actually about, like, exposing some sort of truth or about righteousness? Forgive me, but I'm just like, nah, I don't think so. I think it's about I think it's about the dramatic whirlwind of all of it, where it's keeping your name flowing, and look what they're doing to me, and I'm being demonetized, and oh shit, YouTube's trying to ban me, and that style of content where there's no like real moral lessons at the end of the day, and coming from a person that I think is absolutely full of shit, absolutely full of shit. Like, I mean, like, intention-wise. Like, I don't smell I'm doing this for the right reasons type of thing from this person. But that's just me. It is what it is. All right. There's your video. Please subscribe if you like. Comment, agree, disagree. Tell me what you think. Is it like, are you in my opinion lane, right? Where it's like, partially, there's something here to really look into. And then the other parts, like, it's Candace kind of bloviating about, you know, I guess the importance of Candace Owens, and don't forget to buy her book. You know, make him a sandwich. Don't forget to make him a sandwich. But you tell me in the comment section. Do not forget to share, support, hopefully donate to all the links in the description box. Check them out, read them, share them, then donate. And with all that said, give this video, or actually first, make him a sandwich. And then when you're done with that, hit thumbs down on this video. Thank you.
Say you wanna get in.